Last time, on SiegeSMP, Io ventured back into vampire territory, where they ran into the Prince Asher, and they had an interesting conversation where the Prince seemed more concerned with Io being a problem for him than a danger to anyone else. So, he provided a copy of the treaty and told Io to look for some loopholes. Then gladly pointed Io in the direction of the birds, and perhaps not gave permission, but didn't disapprove either, before showing Io where old vampire territory is. And now that Io knows where both old and new vampire territories were, Io was able to find the Wilden Den that Cavity was contained in, and free their friend. And while Io may have wanted to immediately go find Dawn, Cavity convinced them that they need things. They need gear, they need a base, they need somewhere to be. And so they found a cave, and perhaps they made a small home. Shall we see it?
Io.
Why don't we just kill it?
Rothmore wants to see this one.
After all it did, it should be dead.
That was a dream. It wasn't one of Cavity's dreams. It was a memory. I'd long forgotten. I'm fine, Feathers. Fine, it's not... No, I don't even have the jar anymore. I didn't put it down. Nothing here. I remembered. I had a dream. Dream about the day I was captured. A day that led to all of this. What a first dream to have. There was a name. Rothmore. Who was Rothmore? You were fighting with the birds. Why would they hurt you? No, my sparrow's name wasn't Rothmore. And that wasn't the birds. That was the vampires. I was downed in battle and captured. They took me somewhere. Was that the vampire that turned you? It has been a very long time since that happened. A very, very long time. If it was a vampire, they're probably still alive. Cavity. Oh, you bitch. Fine, be gone. No, he's probably just mining. It's fine. Look. We have a little house. See, Cavity's been busy. There. In place. Somewhere we can hunker down at least. Need this. Working on getting us a proper enchanting table. Is that something we actually need? Prepare more. Yeah, we can prepare. I guess we should take a look at this treaty as well. What the hell is this? Cavity, what is... Wait, will I break it if I pick it up? No, okay. Blood grinder. Okay. Sure. What? Okay. Turn meat into blood. Are you supposed to do something? I... Did you put a jar under it? Oh, put a jar, like... How do you make it? There's just more things I don't understand. I'm sure Cavity knows what it is. Otherwise he wouldn't have made one. Come on, I was working on an enchanting table. Need more planks than that. I'll use the dock spruce. We're getting there. We have enough diamonds. Just need more of everything else. Let the magic man do the weird machines. True. He is... It is nice to have him around. Perhaps. Come on, why don't we go... There's still time. In this night. Not much, though. Come on, we can go grab other things. No, I'm not alone anymore. It's nice. But we have to go. I thought I had more time in this today. Ow. Fuck. I'm so sick of this thing. I got so used to not having to use it. That's what I get for letting my guard down. Dealing with stupid actions. Letting myself get too weak. But no, it's fine. It's fine. It's just try and be more careful. Yes, that. I have to be more careful. For being such a old vampire, I feel so very weak like this. It's pathetic. It's frustrating. Come on. Let's see what this treaty has to say. The treaty of coexistence between the races of vampires, magic users, avians, humans, and any other subspecies has come to be. In recognition of the importance of harmony between the races, each party has agreed to the following terms and conditions, which shall be considered binding upon all parties from the date of this treaty onwards. Article 1. General. Not that they get demoted from avians to bird people. All parties to this treaty the principles of mutual cooperation, non-aggression, and peace. This treaty shall take precedence over any and all previous agreements, contracts, or treaties between the parties. What if blah 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 blah. Rights and obligations. Each party shall have the right to exist as a race, culture, and society. No party shall interfere in the internal affairs of any other party. No party shall engage in any act of aggression towards any other party. No party shall attempt to dominate or control any other party. No party shall engage in any behavior that may harm or disrupt the well-being of any other party. No party shall engage in any form of slavery, subjugation, or exploitation of any other party. A party shall harm, destroy, or disrupt any other party's culture, society, or way of life. Well, Article 2. What a strange thing I am in this book, Where do I fall? Where are my rights count? Am I an avian? Therefore, what I'm doing is just the internal affairs of my own party. Or have the avians broken it because I am a vampire? And they kept me imprisoned against my will for centuries. Cooperation and trade with other parties, blah. Exchange information and cooperate for mutual benefit. No party shall restrict the free flow of information between parties. Right, an assembly representative. Representative of the General Council. Oh, great. More councils. Fantastic. General Council. The General Council shall be comprised of representatives of each party. General Councils shall convene annually at the time and place mutually agreed upon. Primary form of negotiating and enforcing the terms of this treaty. Council shall have the power to implement sanctions or to take measures against any other party that violates the terms of the treaty. Any decision of the General Council shall be binding on all parties and shall be carried out immediately and without delay. The General Council shall have an authority to add new provisions to this treaty if deemed necessary to maintain peace between the parties. Dispute resolution. In the event of a dispute or difference of opinion between parties regarding the interpretation or implementation of this treaty, the parties shall engage in good faith negotiations to resolve the issue. If parties are unable to resolve the issue through negotiation, the matter shall be submitted to the General Council for arbitration. Council shall decide the reasonable efforts to reach fair and amicable disputes. Blah 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 blah. And will resolve the dispute agreed neutral third party. Party shall abide by the decisions of the third party and enforce it. The parties agree to comply with all provisions of this treaty, to act in good faith with respect for the interests of all parties involved. So, I think this first one, the second one, I think, could be quite our loophole. I'm sure that the council would argue that it's an internal affair. My existence, my imprisonment. So it's an internal affair to do something about it. There's your damn loophole, Asher. Really wanted themselves a tool. And Prince mentioned Percy. was trained or immunized or made resistant to toxin from vampires, from my own venom. What a helpful little source I was for them. One that they no longer have. Gather the vampire hybrids to force the council to listen to you. I don't give a flying fuck about vampire hybrids. I don't care about others. I don't give a damn. It's an army. I don't... It'd be helpful to have others on your side. You don't need to care, only make them think you do. It lends power to your voice. Cavity was imprisoned as well. That's fair. What gives the Council of Avians, the Council of Mages, the right to imprison vampires? Isn't that what this treaty is about? Peace? Negotiating together? Coexisting? Just because we were once theirs, that gives them the right. Yeah, they did conveniently leave out prisoners of war. What an interesting notice. They... What do you do with all of those that cross between? How do you deal with that? And why is the answer always to lock them up? How is that fair? You're right that it is more than just me. Cavity went through the same thing. Any new species that should emerge? Does that not cover hybrids? You know, you're starting to give me an idea. I could kill all the birds. Which is still quite high on the list. But airing out the council's dirty laundry, humiliating them in front of a world stage, does have an appeal. Showing the world what a bunch of hypocritical pieces of shit run their countries is entertaining, to say the least. Hell, could start another war. Could start quite a few things, actually. How interesting. Feathers. How interesting. I wonder how one gets an audience with this council for the treaty. Wonder, how does one get an audience? How does one be seen? And yes, the prince. You're right. Perhaps we could speak with Asher. It sounds like he's the one that has to deal with this. Everyone. You probably know well, at least. But he might also be a little annoyed about me giving him more paperwork. It seemed not to be very much of his thing. An annual meeting. Figure out when it is. When and where. Perhaps we can party crash a little bit. And if they don't like that, maybe we can force them to convene. They said that they have to convene when something happens that makes them have to come together. I'm sure a vampire killing a bird could cause some problems, don't you think? I think we could cause a lot of problems. Come on. Kidnap Dawn. It's not the worst idea. Interesting. No, it wouldn't be actually kidnapping Dawn. But they don't need to know if Dawn comes with me, if they're actually missing or not. So many little thoughts you all have. Exactly. I'm sure Dawn would want to help, right? It's Dawn. Of course they'd want to help. It's like that. Sure, he'd want to help me. Right? Guess we'll just have to think about Our lovely little prince would be more of a help or a hindrance. Wait, we might have to go kill a few more. Let's see, are there any cows nearby? We have quite a bit to make paper, but now might need a bit more leather. That's a whole village. Not exactly what we want. And the sun is about to rise again. There we go. Cows. Now I'm just thinking about what would be best. Because I know you all have been pointing out the obvious. Not all the birds of the council. And the council that took me. Council that... The one that betrayed me is long dead. I know that. I know. But maybe this would be better. The new council did perpetuate the cycle. Yes, you're absolutely right. The avian council of old and of current, those could die. Gladly. But maybe we could do something more than just that. Kill them, would it not stop a new council rising in their place? I don't care what new council rises in their place. I don't know. I'm not here to be a politician. You know what? No. Make it nighttime again. It's just justice. You're right. What? Why is this not letting me go down? There we go. Let's go get the last bit of leather we need. Let's see. Come on. Maybe this does change our plans a bit, Someone else can deal with the politics. That's true. I have very little patience for it. Not after all the bullshit that they pull. The things they excuse. Show them the flaws in the system. Yes, so what? Now instead we want to perhaps expose them. Then they could die. Perhaps. They still could die. But Let's see, we need one more. You give leather? Nope. That's just rude. Ugh, make me hunt down more cows, why don't you? Expose them and give them a fitting punishment. True. Very true. They sure like their lies, though, is my only concern. They're very good at that. I know that from experience. Apparently, I have retained my abilities as a siren. Something I was unaware of. Oh, come on. You've got to be joking. Let's see. Prison them in return. Then you have to care about who keeps them. And I don't much care for their care. There we go. I don't much care for their responsibility after that. Well, I was going to let that one live. Whoops. Look at you. It can be someone else's problem. Throw away the key. You're all just about as revenge happy as me. Hmm? You know, I didn't know I was still a siren. As foolish as that sounds. I know that they made their perfect little prefect resistant to vampires. What's not to say they're resistant to sirens? Here we go. Whole enchanting table. Now we just need to probably go mining. Find lapis. Look, Cavity already did. Wonderful. Let's see what we can do on our armor. Ugh, levels. Right. Fine. I could do that, but practice might be necessary. That's fair. I guess you could be right. How does your siren song work, controlling emotion? I don't know how it works now. There's never been a vampire siren. But it wouldn't hurt to sing again, I wonder what Dawn's song sounds like. I know you, I walked with you once upon a dream. I know you, that look in your eyes is so familiar, a gleam. And you know it's true that visions are seldom what they seem. But if I know you, I know what you'll do. You'll love me at once, the way you did once upon a dream. Come on. Let's get back inside. How interesting. What thoughts you all have given me. I didn't think I'd care again. How much I want to see him again. Fascinating. Truly fascinating. Well, I think we have quite a bit to think about it, don't we? Feathers.